This question says the region below is bounded by 5x plus y equals 7, x equals 0, and y equals 0. Set up the definite integral required to find the area of the shaded region by integrating x, like a dx integral, and then down below, we're going to redo the same problem using a dy integral. So it's looking at the two ways to do this. So let's do it. So in the first case, we're going to do dx. So what does that mean? That means we're doing rectangles that go like this. Because we're always making rectangles, right? We're adding up the area under the curve. That's what an integral is. And so we're going to integrate. So when you're going dx, you take one of these rectangles like this one right here. I want to find the area of that rectangle. Its width is dx. Now you might say, well, the rectangle will go like that, but whatever, good enough. The width of that rectangle is dx, right? And the height of that rectangle is, so we're going to, wait, let me do this. We're going to integrate from the left edge to the right edge. From here, the left. Oops, it's kind of scribbly. From here, the left, to here, the right. And we're gonna add up the integrals from here to here. And each of those integrals has a height and a width. And what's the height of each of those rectangles? Well, it's the y value of this function, right? It's the top edge minus the bottom edge. And the bottom edge is just 0. So the height is the top minus the bottom, which is the y value minus 0, and then times dx, which is the width. So does that make sense? We're adding up a bunch of rectangles. That's what this means. This is a big Greek S. It's a big stretched out S. Stands for sum, meaning add them up. Add up a bunch of rectangles. Add up all these rectangles areas from left to right. And for each rectangle, the area of a rectangle, is length times width, or height times width, whatever you want to call it. And so what's the height of the rectangle? Top minus bottom, right? Top minus the bottom. And the width of the rectangle is dx. So what's the top? The top is this function. Top is this function right here. So let me do that over here on the side. The top is the function 5x plus y equals 7. That's this line. That's the equation of this line right here. That line's equation. So we got to solve for y. So bump the 5x to the other side. So y equals minus 5x plus 7. That's what I'm going to put right here. This y is going to be minus 5x plus 7. And then we have the dx minus 0, so we don't need the minus 0. Integrating from left to right. What's the left? The left is clearly 0. Right there, it's starting at 0. But what's the right? Now we need the right. How do we find out this right point right here? How do we do that? So to find the right, do it over here. Find the right, it's where that equation, that line, 5x plus y equals 7, it's where this line hits. So in other words, it's a point over something up 0, right? So plug in 0 for y. It's a height of 0 point. So 5x plus 0 is 7. So 5x is 7. Divide by 5. X is 7/5. So that's it. That's the right edge, 7/5. That's where it hits. That's this point right here. And so that's their first integral from 0 to 7/5 of, they wrote 7 minus 5x. I put minus 5x plus 7. Same thing, dx. Okay, now let's do it the other way. Having done that, let me now do it a different way. Let me see if I can do that down here for us. I will grab that one. Yeah, let's just redo it. All right. Oops. Okay. So now I'm going to redo this problem a second way. Now we're going to do it dy. Let's redo the same problem. We're still going to find the blue area, but we're going to do it dy, which means we're going to do it with rectangles going up the y-axis, because this is, of course, the x-axis, and this is the y. So this time we're going to do the same problem, but we're going to do rectangles. Oops, that was not a good one. We go like this. So our rectangles are going up the y-axis, and the height of each of these rectangles is dy. I'll find the area of one of these rectangles. So the height is dy. So we're gonna integrate from the bottom to the top. Right? This is the bottom on the y-axis. This is the top. The bottom is clearly 0. The top, we're not sure. We'll figure that out in a second. So from bottom to top of each of these rectangles is going to, the area of a rectangle is just length times width, or height times width. So the height is dy, right? So I'll just say height is dy. But what is the width? What's the width of each of these rectangles? Well, the width of each of these rectangles is the right edge minus the left edge. And then we're going to have the dy, which is the height. So each of these rectangles, this means sum up the rectangles from the bottom to the top, add up all these rectangle areas. And each rectangle is got a height of dy high, and the width is right edge minus left edge. What is the right edge? Well, the right edge is this equation. So we got to take that equation. So to find the right edge, I'm going to take that equation, 5x plus y is 7, and I'm going to find x, because that's, x is right and left. So I'm going to jump this y to the other side. So 5x is minus y plus 7. And then I'm going to divide through by 5. Boom. So there we go. X is minus 1/5 y plus 7/5. That's the X. That's the X value of this position on the line. So that's the right edge. So the right edge is minus 1/5 y plus 7/5 minus the left edge, which is just 0. Right? This left edge is just an x to this of 0. So this is x equals minus 1/5 y plus 7/5, and this is x equals 0. So that gets you the width times the height. So now all we need really, what we have left, is to find up here the top. So what's the top right there? How do you find that? So to find the top, that's going to be, we'll plug in x equals 0 to the equation. 5x plus y is 7. 5x, right? Because this, again, this line right here is 5x plus y equals 7. We want to find this point up here. What's the coordinates of this point up here at the top? It's over 0, up, I don't know. We know the x value, we don't know the y value. Plug in x 0 right there. And so what do you get? 5 times 0 plus y is 7. That's gone. 5 times 0 is 0. So y is 7. So the top is 7. The top is 7. So there's the integral. It's the integral from 0 to 7 of minus 1/5 y plus 7. Basically, that minus 0 dy. Is that what they got? From 0 to 7. They wrote 7 minus y over 5. That's the same thing. See how they're both over 5? You could go 7 minus 1y. Either way, this way is fine. dy. So there we go. There's two ways to get that integral, by dx or dy.